Get ready for a knockdown, drag-out fight. Former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina wants to take on Senator Barbara Boxer. Carly Fiorina joins us live. Nice to see you, Carly.
Great to see you, Greta. Thanks for having me.
All right, Carly, I guess the question is, what's wrong with Senator Barbara Boxer? Why do you want to bump her out of the Senate?
Well, first, the work that the U.S. Senate does affects every family and every business in America. We can do a lot better than Barbara Boxer, who does not represent the interests of the people of California, as is crystal clear from her voting record and her lack of accomplishment. And frankly, I think we need someone in Washington who understands something about job creation, which should be our top priority, and someone who isn't afraid to take on out-of-control government spending.
All right, what would you do different on the economy? Because, I mean, that's the item that's hitting everybody right between the eyes these days.
Well, the first thing I would do is make it the top priority. Make job creation the top priority.
How?
What that means.
I mean, I can make it top priority, but how do you fix it?
Well, you have to start by going to the people who create jobs, and those are innovators, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. And today, all three of those groups are being crushed by taxes, by regulation. The bill that Barbara Boxer is currently pushing, cap and trade, is a job killer. I ran into an innovator the other day who has invented really important technology for this clean green revolution. He can start a manufacturing facility in the Ukraine in 6 months, but it's taken him 2.5 years, and he still doesn't have permission to build a manufacturing facility in California, where the unemployment rate is way above the national average. So we have to start by saying, how do we make it easier for small businesses who employ half the people in this country, who create 2/3 of the new jobs? How do we make it easier for innovators and entrepreneurs?
How about immigration in the state of California? Because we always hear stories that immigration is a huge issue, and because it was, of course, you have a border with Mexico.
Well, it is a huge issue, and it's a huge issue because our borders are not secure. We have to start by securing the border. You know, if we can't control our own borders, then people won't believe that the government is capable of doing anything else. But we also, very importantly, have to have a temporary worker program that works in California. You know, agriculture depends very heavily on temporary workers, and our agricultural community cannot be asked to be law enforcement agents on top of everything else. Our temporary worker program doesn't work. We need to fix that as well.
All right, now health care. Everyone's talking about health care in Washington. In fact, you've just joined a rather exclusive club that I'm sure you didn't want to join, of having a battle with cancer. How's your health, and what do you think about the health care system?
Well, my health is terrific. Thanks for asking. I have battled breast cancer all year, and that's why I have this kind of crazy hairdo now. I looked like a hard-boiled egg earlier this year. At least I have a little hair on top of my head. But
you look great.
Thanks. Through that experience, honestly, I come out of that not only feeling great, but feeling very grateful and really focused on giving back to the people of California. But I have seen the best and the worst of the healthcare system, and there are things that we must do. For example, if we applied nationally the medical malpractice reform that has been accomplished here in California and has worked here in the state of California, we could save $54 billion. For example, if we would allow, indeed encourage, health insurance companies to compete across state lines. I run into lots of small business owners who say, I would love it if someone would compete for my business. So let's let people buy health insurance anywhere in the country they want, from anyone they want. But what I know absolutely will not work is the public option that is in the House bill today. Government cannot run a health insurance program adequately. And if anyone doubts that, all they need to do is go to the Veterans Administration and look at the kind of health care that our veterans get. We should focus on making sure our veterans get the best health care possible, focus on reforming the entitlement programs we already have before we create another huge entitlement program that we can't afford and that won't solve the problem.
All right, another big issue for the American people and more pointed for the president right now is Afghanistan. Any thoughts on Afghanistan? Because in the U.S. Senate, you've got to deal with these issues.
Well, you know, I do think it's vitally important that we are successful in Afghanistan. Our national self-interest is at stake there. We must make sure that Afghanistan and Pakistan are not safe havens for al-Qaeda. I think we need to be realistic. that people give their loyalty to those who provide opportunity and security, and so we must have a functioning government in Afghanistan for sure and a reliable partner. But frankly, I think it's terrible that we have a general on the ground who President Obama put there. We have his senior commander, David Petraeus, who is an outstanding leader. They have made a very clear recommendation, and I think the president should accept their recommendation.
Carly, nice to see you. Glad that that stupid cancer thing is behind you, and congratulations on beating that. And of course, I got to say, Barbara Boxer is also equally welcome here to talk about these issues. And I hope you'll come back as well, Carly.
Well, I'll be happy to come back anytime, and I must say, after chemotherapy, Barbara Boxer isn't very scary.
Great line. Carly, thank you.